So
We probably do.
So on this,
You want to tag in for Duster?
on this Friday night, for the first time in school history, the one game that we have not hit on yet, for the first time in school history, the Creighton University Blue Jays are heading to the Elite Eight. Now, if you had said that in October or November, everybody would have said, "Well, that's not surprising." We all thought that they would be a team.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Who didn't?
There's a man over there who's texting away on his phone. His name is Jim Root. He was on the pregame show
Was he
today.
anti-Creighton?
He was He killed him in the preseason.
Crushed him.
No, grab the mic right
Crushed
there. Grab
him.
the mic right there. He killed him. He killed him in the preseason.
Jim, come sit on.
Jim's upset. Jim Root he's heated. I've never seen Jim Root heated like this.
I made a case against groupthink. It was okay to not rank them top 5. That was all I said.
Groupthink.
They're like 12th in KenPom. They got a 6 seed. It was okay to rank them 11th or 12th. That was my only case. It's fine to rank them top 5.
I think I had him 4th preseason.
Look, they might win the national title. Where they're at right now, they might do it.
But you were wrong.
Yeah, you were wrong.
Just say you were wrong.
You
Just
had
say I
them.
was
You
wrong.
had them.
The
you didn't
three-man
have them in your
weave.
preseason
Just say-
top 25.
The
Say
three-man
groupthink was
weave
right.
has been shut
Just say
down.
groupthink was correct.
Yeah, no,
Just
I think
say
that's
it.
San Diego
right.
State's going to waste them, Jeff. It's over. They're going to end
Well,
the
so-
Blue Jay
look,
dream.
hey,
Listen, you are so against
you
poor
don't
Greg
even.
McDermott.
You can't
No.
say.
My futures tickets say different.
Oh,
That's all I'll say. I'll leave it at that.
But you know what?
money.
Hey, here's what I'll say. If you're gonna have Creighton, San Diego State in the Elite Eight, I'm glad that it's the script that it is, because a year ago, San Diego State had Creighton beat in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Part of the reason why Creighton won so many offseason headlines is because a team that had lost Ryan Nemhard and had lost Ryan Kalkbrenner. Yeah, they were both
out.
They were
And
both
they
out.
almost beat Kansas.
And they almost beat Kansas. That then led everybody being like, they bring everybody back. They're going to be great. Now San Diego State, that sat with them for a freaking year. And now they're in the Elite Eight, and that's the matchup on Sunday. Aztecs looking for revenge. Greg McDermott looking for really, it would be a great,
Historic.
it would be a really
it's almost
strong
historic
story
for
for
every.
McDermott.
Well,
It is.
yes, it
Yeah.
would be different for Greg McDermott.
Why?
Today's episode is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play college basketball pick'em, where you can get a little extra sweat during March Madness and win real cash prizes simply by picking player stats in this weekend's games. In pick'em, all you do is predict whether a player will go higher or lower on Underdog's projected totals, whether that's points, rebounds, whatever. For example, if you're like me and you think Zach Edey is going to go nuts in this tournament, pick higher on his points projection, add up to 4 more picks, and if you hit them all, you can win 20 times your money on a single game. Underdog's slick mobile app is easy enough that dummies like Jeff Goodman have even figured it out. So go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app and use the code FIELD, F-I-E-L-D, and Underdog will match your deposit up to $100. Now is the time to get in on the madness. So remember, underdogfantasy.com, promo code FIELD.
Because again, Greg McDermott, obviously he made some comments 2 years ago in which he was crucified for, and almost everybody in that program. I knew a couple families in that program well, and they backed him. And everybody universally backed Greg McDermott. It was a mistake. He owned it. And there were a lot of people, myself included, that thought that might be it for Greg McDermott. He might just say, you know what, I'm out. I don't know if I can recruit a high enough level now with this hanging over my head. I might just retire. Instead, this guy comes back and gets a group of players, this kind of core, brings them back this year, and now they're within one win of a Final Four. It's kind of a remarkable story, isn't it? I mean, think about it, like what he went through, how close I think he was to, you know what, I just don't know if I can keep doing this. He was publicly vilified for those comments, called a racist by a lot of people for those comments.
I mean, I get it. To me, that's not the story, right?
I think it's a part of it.
It's a part of it, but
Sure.
to me, the story is development of a bunch of guys that, like, who had any of these dudes?
Weren't highly recruited.
Yeah, they weren't highly recruited. They weren't highly touted.
No,
like,
you're right.
Who knew who
But
Trey
he's a
Alexander
great developer.
was?
He
No,
is
he
a
is.
great developer.
He is,
of
but
talent.
that to me is the story of what this group is. It's
But I
like,
guess that's what I'm saying. Oh,
But
you're right.
here's the
That's
thing that
other-
people don't-
That's what happened because of it.
Yeah, but here's what people don't remember is if you go back and you look at what they were at the start of last season, they almost lost to Arkansas Pine Bluff. You know, they were bad.
Yeah, yeah.
They were bad at the start of last year. And there were people that were like, coming off of what happened with what you're talking about, they were like, I don't know, Greg's not going to be able to keep this thing rolling.
Right. Is he going to retire?
And he showed his coaching chops to me. Like, how good he has been what he's been over the last 2 years. Like, he took a team that everybody thought was going to be the bottom of the Big East, got them to the tournament.
Well,
and now, a year later, you're one win away from the first Final Four for Creighton University. Like, it's crazy when you think about that development.
What's great about this tournament, the remainder of it, is that for all these coaches, the argument is, well, if not now, then when? Like, their best chances are in front of them here this weekend, because you don't know when you're going to be back in this position in the Elite Eight. Now, for Greg McDermott could always coach. With the exception of this year, Creighton, since they joined the Big East, Doug McDermott, his son was the first year, since they joined the Big East, they had matched or exceeded their Big East preseason poll standing. This year they were picked at the top, and that didn't happen. But what this team has been able to do, to your point, the player development piece is crucial. Ryan Kalkbrenner, he eliminates portions of games for opponents as a rim protector, as a finisher. And right now what makes them dangerous is, look at the box score. It does show it, but then watch them play. Shireman goes for 20-plus tonight. Trey Alexander goes for 19. Their starting five is as good as any starting five in the country.
I've said that all year. I really believe that their starting five is elite level, and they fit pretty well together as long as Shireman's making shots. There's a lot of pressure on Baylor Shireman to make shots because the rest of their team, I think there is. I think when he has nights like this,
well,
I agree with you, Jeff.
like to me, I think Shireman is the one that gives him a ceiling. It's the same. I would make the same argument for Jordan Hawkins at UConn. Like, if you look at what they are a very, very good team when the shooter's not making shots. The guy that makes them elite, the guy that takes them to the next level, the guy that makes you say, okay, this is when.
But there are other shooters on UConn. There really aren't other shooters.
Yeah, but
really.
Everyone else just kind of like operates. Like, Alex Caravan's a good shooter, but he's a guy that you're basically like. The ball's going to get swung to him. He's going to make a shot. Yeah. Same thing with like Trey Alexander, Arthur Kalumba.
How about that? He didn't take a single three last night, or he didn't take one. Caravan didn't even attempt a three, but he focused on attacking the rim.
Yeah,
and could we have an All Big East national championship game?
Could
I think so?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Again, I think a lot of people have UConn as the favorite.